Hi. Hey, Redditor. This is Scott Yergolevich from Philadelphia Cricket Club. Just want to give you a piece of advice here. A lot of good things that were on the thread talking about your golf swing, but here's what I think probably is the number one problem with your swing and why it's happening. Everything you do is based off of where your club is in the left hand. So you put that golf club in the left hand really far into the palm of your hand and you wrap your fingers around it. From there, when you go to take that club back, you have a lot of issues with how you hinge the club. So if I zoom way in here, the telltale sign that you had an issue was when I saw the butt end of the club way up into the palm of your hands there at address. So first thing I would say is let's take that grip position. Let's put it more in the fingers, a little bit more in these last three fingers in particular. Wrap your hand on it, and you should be able to almost take those three fingers and the kind of the meaty part of your palm and be able to hinge the club up and down. Currently, with it way in the palm of your hand, it's really hard. Like there's no stability when you go to hinge the club. It's just kind of wiggling in the palm of your hand. So that's what I would start with. And the positive thing of what you're doing is your body does a lot of really great things. So if we kind of scroll through your video here, I'm going to get you up to the top of your backswing. If I took away your arms and just got you some positions where you turn, like you have some great mobility in your hips. Your hips kind of tilt and turn really well. You've got a lot of great turn with the shoulders, but your grip is making a lot of bad things happen in your actual golf swing. So if we take it back, you're going to notice as you take the club back, you're in a position where the club face is already super open on the way back. And as you keep going back, the club gets even more open. So you get to what we'd call P4, but at the top, club face is open. And then as you try to kind of increase the amount of right wrist bend that you have, or right wrist bend, amount of left wrist bend that you have, where you're kind of bending it back, trying to get more hinge. As you create more hinge, you're actually going to be cupping or extending that left wrist. It kind of gets the right elbow to work backwards, and it gets the club to work across the line in an even more open fashion. So we zoom out a little bit here. You're going to see, as you keep going back, face gets more open, right elbow flails more out. And then from there, everything's going to be a compensation on the way down. So some days you might be able to get it super open, you come down, it's steep, and then you go, I'm going to fix it. You lean back, you dump the face, and maybe you square it up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This particular swing, it looks like the ball went kind of straight, at least its initial start line. But as you come down, that face is spatula'd open, wide open, and everything is going to be a fix to try to get it into the right position. So primary objective, grip, bottom three fingers, be able to hinge it up and down this way. Kind of a simple drill you could do is maybe take like a credit card or like a business card of some sort, shove it in the glove there, and take the club back and work on almost feeling like the card is going to bend this way and not bend into your left wrist. So feel like you're almost going to keep that card away from your left forearm. The other thing I would say is the more you do that and you get it up to the top, the more you kind of bend it this way, you're going to watch your elbows kind of squeeze together a little bit. Not saying you have to squeeze them together, but what I'm saying is as the left wrist gets flatter, the elbows will squeeze closer together. You'll get it less across the line, and you're probably going to be a little more into out. And so, one of the drills I'd probably give you is something like this. Get the credit card back in there. I know it fell. Let's put it back in. Get it up to the top. Exaggerate, kind of squeeze it a little bit. Like it's probably going to put it a little bit too shallow at that point. Squeeze it, and then from here, go ahead and hit the golf ball. And you'll start to get the feels for what you're trying to accomplish.